you love me now. Been betrayed so many times, I feel like Lord don't let me down. I mean,
what's going on, GLM family? So this is Words to Freedom. Like we always say, man, these words that are for your mind, your body, and your soul, spiritually, mentally, physically, and financially. So like I always bring it back, once a month we do a Q&A. So I went on Instagram and actually asked a couple questions. And we got to listen questions, man. We just don't really talk about it. This is Nancy Dang, our special guest for the Q&A today. So I'm gonna let her introduce herself, and then y'all already know who I am. So let's get it.
Hi, I'm Nancy. My ad's D, 3 A's, and G. Nancy. So if you guys want to follow me, but we're gonna go answer some questions with you guys. With that being said, we're gonna see from a male perspective as well as a woman's perspective.
Cool. All right. So Nancy, you didn't even give them nothing about you.
I mean,
dog,
you know, that's what Instagram is for. But basically, this is my bro Stormy. So that's just that. I've known him for a few years, so we all met through like a mutual friend and everything too. Then we became super close. So sometimes, you know, blood's not thicker than water, but blood wouldn't make us any closer.
Said it well enough. But yeah, just speak on Nancy a little bit. Like she said, we did meet from some mutual friends and became business partners. And honestly, just, you know, grew from there. Like, you know, she's an aunt to my niece. I'm an uncle to her. You know, we got the same niece. What it is. But yeah, so with that being said, we're going to go straight into it. Thank y'all for actually tapping into the Q&A. Like I said, we're going to do this once a month. So any other questions or anybody else that's out there that y'all want to have some questions for us for the next month, let's get it. Right. So the first one is thoughts on therapy. So I'm gonna go first with this one because I personally know the person that sent this question out, and I honestly helped him actually decide to go get therapy. Right. So me personally, I'm an individual where I haven't really took that leap because I ain't gonna say I'm a little bit scared because I feel like, you know, somebody that don't know me not gonna really feel where I'm coming from. But that's an excuse. So I am looking to actually dive into going to therapy really soon. So if you have anything that's going on with you, or you went through anything, or you feel like, you know, you find yourself depressed, anxiety, anything of that nature, you definitely should go get some type of therapy. Because I mean, you can say things with some people, like I can have a conversation with Nancy, or I've had a conversation with my significant other, you know, the person I love dearly, and you can talk about things, but it feels a little bit different when you actually talking to somebody that has no opinion, or, you know, I say no. I mean, I don't really know what the word is, but they don't truly know you like that. So they just giving you, you know, the proper feedback to actually fix it. And they, you know, no biased opinion. There you go. No biased opinion. So I approve of therapy, man. Like if you're going through something, definitely go find a therapist. It's not expensive. So my goal is within the next month, I'm gonna find me a therapist. And I feel like that'll be a big milestone for me.
For therapy, honestly, you gotta do what's best for yourself. So honestly, you gotta like forget how people feel, and you gotta actually make sure your health is there, because health is wealth. But on top of that, you gotta make sure you're physically, mentally, emotionally in the right state of mind. Because at the end of the day, when you're looking at it, it's just like it's okay to seek help. It's okay to talk about your feelings. It's okay to talk about so many things, and you don't want to be in a predicament to where it's just like, you know, shoulda, coulda, woulda, or in those kind of sense where it's just like, okay, well, maybe, you know, like I'm like this because I grew up like this. Like you choose the situations you're in, and these are all choices you make. And as an adult, you gotta stop making excuses. You gotta hold yourself accountable, because at the end of the day, you gotta make sure you're straight. Like I've known a lot of people who have gone through stuff to where it's just like I wish they actually asked for help. Not just with me, but I'm talking about on the like professional level, someone with a PhD, because that person would still be here today. So I'm really big on it, and I'm really big on, like, you know, being a better person, a better version of yourself, and not blaming your past or your type of situation that you were in or how you grew up as a reason to why you're still the same person instead of growing and being a better version of yourself.
Thanks. And to end that question, man, is like literally like somebody cares about you. So if you feel like, you know, you want to leave this earth or you want to hurt yourself or anything of nature, like go get help. Speak on it, talk about it, because I was that person. I literally wrote, you know, my mama had reached out to me, but I had wrote a paper my freshman year of college, and, you know, I actually tried to commit suicide. And, you know, she was frustrated with me once she read it because I didn't come to her, and I still haven't went and got help. So I do have some thoughts of, you know, sometimes, but I feel like I've been growing personally, but I still need extra help. So yeah, so I'm gonna go get help, and I advise that you guys go get help as well if you guys need it too. But let's dive into the next question. It says, why do people only accept the narrative that men aren't meant to be monogamous? I don't really agree that men, I don't really agree that men it's polygamy isn't a thing if you're not like in a relate. I don't know. I don't really want to say like that because I personally feel like now at this point, because I was, you know, I was that guy, you know, that I was just out there doing stuff. But I would say when you're in a relationship, it's all about monogamy. Like if you really want to grow with a person and don't have your seeds out everywhere, you give your energy out to so many different people because that's stressful. Monogamy is the way to go, is really because you got to see yourself marrying that person. This is one thing I learned is that if you truly don't, and this is to the youth or to whoever, because I wasn't this person. I was sticking in whatever, but I'm just letting y'all know, if you're not willing to take or let her meet your mother, you should not put your thing in her, really. So I don't really agree with that question right there, because I mean there's some women that is out there, you know, doing what different and all types of different men, and that's, you know, that's what you like. People like polygamy, I guess, if that's what they want to call it nowadays. But sticking with one person and not really, you know, no matter how good the next person look, or how thick she is, or how buff he is, or how, you know, if he, you know, talk better than the guy that you with, whatever, it doesn't matter. You love that person for what it is, and you grow with that person, and don't be out there looking for you know, other people's love.
So if we're being honest, like, roles have definitely changed over the time too. So you guys can slice it how you want, but trust and believe, I know girls, women who needs to run up a good game. I used to run up a good game back in my college days, so that's done with. If we're being honest. But at the end of the day, it's just like, you gotta really want that person. Like, if you don't see a future with them, why are you laying up with them? If you aren't gonna let them meet your parents or whatever, why are you like introducing them to them? Because I know for a fact, like me, anyone who knows me, if I don't introduce you guys to my best friends, my bros, people like my family, or even talk to them about you, then clearly you're not that important to me. That's a fact too, if we're being honest. Just because I take that very, very serious. And it's just like, I'm pretty sure my bros wouldn't want me to be in a situation where it's just like, why are you messing with this little boy? Instead, they're just gonna want the best interest for me. So at the end of the day, it's just like, I know men who stick to one woman, and I'm very, very proud of them. Like, I've seen a lot of my friends and my bros, they grow up to be the man they are, and they continue to grow. So I will say that. But more so often, like, you really gotta see it through the person. Like, life isn't easy at the end of the day. Like, you gotta pick who to go through hell and back with and see what's really worth it. Like, can you see a future with them? Can you see like yourself raising a family with them? So you gotta look at all different aspects too. And we're all getting a little too old, if we're being honest, to be running around these games. Like, if you 30 or you hitting there, I don't know what to tell you, but and you still running up a game, I'm sorry, hon, but you gotta sit your little behinds down and get it together, because that's not cute, it's not attractive, and you're gonna cut yourself short. Like, don't block your blessing because you want to find better when the best you had was right there in front of you. You just took them for granted. So it's just like, you gotta you really gotta like reevaluate, because there's some men out there where I was just like, dang, I really did mess up with him because I was too busy, wilding out. But now it's just like, you don't want to play with someone's feeling, because what if that was your child? How would you feel? So it's all about perspective too. And it's a beautiful thing just to like be committed to one person. So that's just my take on it. Like, if you're running up a game, I'm gonna pray that you are 21 and younger. That's all I will say.
add to that, understand that there's diseases out there. Literally. There's things out there that you don't want to deal with when you mess with all types of different women. Been there. But I'm saying that to say this, man, like you don't want to pass your energy through so many different women because you don't even know who they with. And women too. Like don't pass yourself around with different men because you don't know who they dealing with. They are transferring so much energy into you. It's not just that one person. That person may have 100 bodies, and now you got 100 souls attached to yours. But we ain't gonna go into that though. We ain't gonna go into that. But we're gonna dive into the next question where it says, why can't people be honest with their intentions? Ooh, you want to start with that one?
I could definitely start with this one. So honestly, if you guys are really honest with your intention, it will keep so much stuff like out the mix, less of a mess, and it's just like honestly, like keep it hot. Like a lot of you guys, if you guys just want to hit it and quit it, all right, cool. Make it clear, because I promise you, she probably wouldn't want that too. Like she want to test the waters, if we're gonna be honest.
Is that what you're saying?
She wants to, but I know some women where it's just like a lot. I know some women who just want to like, okay, we're gonna hit it and quit it, and we're gonna leave.
Is that Nancy?
It's not me.
Oh, okay.
It's not me. That was college, Nancy.
Whoa! There you go. Y'all should have called her back in college.
So, but that's just called growth. And at the same time, it's just like you want to make sure it's like there's no soul ties, because that's really, really important. Because whatever they're going through, you're gonna feel it down to the T. And it's just like if you really want a relationship with someone, show them. Like actions speak louder than words. At the end of the day, it's like I'm deaf, bro. You better show me. Like I'm not blind though, so you got 20/20 vision over here. Just make it clear on what you want, and it'll keep you out of a lot of sticky situations. Because trust and believe, it saved me just keeping it hot. Like this is what I want. I don't want nothing serious. Like okay, I want a relationship with you, or like let's go work on towards something more than just what we are now. Because at the end of the day, it's like if you're clear with your intentions, no one can get upset because you know what I was coming for and what I wanted to tell you about. So
I agree, because I mean I was that person that sometimes I have clear intentions, sometimes I didn't, and you'll find yourself falling into something that you got to break a heart to get out of, and that's that's bad when you dealing with some good people when you breaking relationships, and they get to a point where they literally hate you. They may forgive you and stuff like that, but they literally hate you. And I've been on that side too, where I had people that didn't really give me the intentions that they truly wanted, and had me falling in love with them and thinking in a relationship, and next thing you know, with the next person, or they with the next the next penis they hopping on. It is what it is. But yeah, man, like I would say as you get older, or the older individuals out here, especially if y'all young cats are out there, listen to this, man. Just understand that you let them know your intentions, and be intentional and genuine with what you truly want to do. If you just want to have sex, man, let the girl know, because I mean she either gonna say yeah or no. Some women out here do the same thing we do. We players, they players too. I done been there. I done dealt with them, and they look. If you be 100 with them, they're gonna be 100 with you. And if you let a female know, this is why I got to a point where I knew I was growing up when somebody actually was intentional, gave me their intentions, and I said, look, I can't do it. I'm actually dealing with somebody right now. That's when I knew I was growing up. I was like, look, man, like back in the day, I'd have been like, hell yeah, let's do it. But it comes to a point where it's like you got to be genuine, you got to be real with yourself, because at the end of the day, you don't want to mess up anything that you have right now. Just like we said earlier with having other people out there. Nah, look, focus on what you have and stay with that. And then for y'all that don't have a significant other or whatnot, or you looking to have a significant other, you working towards with them, man, let them know, like, look, I definitely want to take you on a date. You are beautiful, you are amazing. I want to get to know you. Don't cap about that. Don't try to just run no game, get the buns and slide, because she gonna hate your ass. But yeah, so if you just want the buns, let them know, because they're probably gonna say no, because women nowadays, they want to say that they're they saving themselves.
I mean, even
until you Spit game too.
I mean, even so, like respect too, because like all they could do is respect you. Like if a woman lose their respect for you, it's really over for you because it's just like you kept a heart with me, so I can't really like be upset about that. And it's a respect thing too. Like you didn't respect me enough to be honest, so it's just like, what are you doing? So that's why it's just like it doesn't burn bridges. It actually like okay, we kind of met them.
Facts. So we're gonna move on to the next question. I think we stayed too long on.
Yeah. How to stay positive.
Oh yeah, who's right here?
Oh yeah, what is this?
Not stay in the situation. Longer happen. You want to talk about that one?
Which one? Oh, stay in the situation.
Why do women and men stay in the situation?
We can talk about that.
All right, cool. It's gonna be a quick little. We'll speak on it. It says, why do women and men stay in a situation they no longer happy in? I honestly don't know. Because like once I get to a point where I'm not happy and I'm really dreading this person, they're gonna know. Not gonna have sex with you. Not gonna want to see you. I'm gonna start an argument every time. I'm going to start it every time. I don't care. You sit wrong. I'm starting an argument. And you may not see me because I'm doing something else with somebody else because I don't want to be here. But I do feel like that some people stay because they feel like they don't want to start over. And in my eyes, like you got to understand that you have to start over sometimes with anything, relationships, business, even going back to the gym, stuff like that. You got to start over. So don't think that you leaving the person because you're unhappy is going to take forever to find you somebody, or you feel like you can't find nobody else as good as that person. Yo, you're going to find somebody else because God already has that person out there for you that is going to make you better, but also you're going to make each other better and, live your life the proper way. And you may already have that person. But if you just dreading it, like you got to have that conversation with that person. Either y'all going to fix it or y'all just going to depart ways. That's my 2 cents on that.
So I mean, I had situations like 5-6 years ago, but it was just like you're comfortable and you're just like, you know what, like I don't want to start all over, whatever. But at the same token, it's just like you got to make sure you put yourself first because you got to be happy too. And I think they say because they're scared of like starting all over or like dating after college is tough. If we're gonna be honest, so I would definitely say that. But at the end of the day, it's like you got to put yourself first. Me, if it's like, if I don't like a situation, I'm going to address it. So either you going to fix it. And if we don't, guess what? I'm out. Because at the end of the day, we're too grown to be acting like child. You're like around adults here. So it's like we got to learn how to communicate. But not only that, we got to understand. Because you could definitely agree to disagree. But you got to be respectful about it and say in a manner, I guess you could say a manful way, where you don't want to sound so like you're disrespectful. You're just kind of like coming at someone's head. So it's just like, if you're not happy, leave. It sounds easier said than done, but I do know for women, when they stay in situations longer than they should, their mind's going to leave before their body physically do. And when they leave, oh, what's a wrap for you, honey? I don't know what to tell you, because I'll be ready to hit the little dip and trust and believe. What did they say? Sometimes, if you're not happy in the situation, you gotta leave that situation till another opportunity come in to where you can actually meet your person. And it's just like, don't take that person for granted because God will send you a person. And sometimes it won't be the timing. Sometimes it could be a situation where it's just like something happens, but it's like you guys need to be apart for you guys to get better together. And then sometimes you guys have a second chance to be together. So it all depends on like what situation it is, how you guys end it, and how you guys grow as a person, because you don't want to be stuck with someone that's stagnant. You got to be able to grow and learn every single day. And on top of that, you're not going to be the same person you were 6 months ago. So is your significant other going to grow with you, or are they about to just get left behind? It's one of the two things.
I like that because, I mean, honestly, I want to ask you a question on that, right? So, obviously, you don't want to feel like you're dragging somebody behind or they're not growing, things of that nature. But what if you're growing a little bit faster than them? They're still growing, but they're going at a certain pace. They really haven't really made that big push yet, that big growth spurt. Like what are your thoughts on that?
So it depends on like scenarios. It's all scenario based, but also when you think about it, it's just like you're gonna love that person enough. So if you're seeing them put in the work, like that's different. Like, are you putting in the work for it, or are you just like sitting here just like on standby? Like, you could love someone to death, but sometimes it's not enough. Sometimes you gotta see them like, hey, I want better for myself. Like, I could want better for you, but you gotta want it for yourself first. Right. And if I see you like, hey, Storm, like I see like you want better for yourself. You're busting your tail off and everything, and you're really trying to be a better version of yourself. Then you know what? Then yes, like I would definitely stay. Now, if you were just like, nah, like I'm gonna let them do whatever, like they got it, XYZ. I'm gonna let them handle the whole thing. No, because now it's just like, where's the balance at? Because when you think about being in relationships or even like anything with your significant other, it's not always going to be 50-50, because what if I'm on 10%? I'm gonna like, hope that, you help me out with the 90%, vice versa. So if you were like down and I'm like, you know what, like you're having a bad day, let me help you lift up your spirits kind of thing, so you could balance each other out. Because no relationship is perfect, but it's like, what are you willing to do, and also see the growth behind them. So you could tell if someone's capping or not. You could genuinely feel if they're actually trying to put in that effort to where it's just like, I want to be a better version of myself. But don't make that excuse for you to like, hey, you're not doing anything, let me leave. But if I see that you're genuinely trying and actually like want better for yourself, then yeah, I'm gonna stay.
And I feel that, man, because it's like, this is what I learned lately is about, and this is the situation. Well, we kind of halfway then veered off from it, but really learning what love is and how to truly grow with love, because it's not going to come right away. You may love can be disguised as lust. It can be the size of, like the honeymoon phase. So it's like, once that phase die down, it's like, all right, what's keeping you guys there? And that's the growth. So it's just, the fact is like, okay, at the end of the day, if I see him doing well, I mean, if I see him growing, I'm growing myself. We got to both grow on our own also together. So communication is a big key, but understanding one another and understanding each other's goals. Look, you said you want to make it here, so all right, bet. So I'm gonna hold you accountable in this way. But if you're showing me that you truly don't want what you want, all right, bet, let's figure it out. What do you truly want? Because I'm gonna ask you questions. If I see myself with you, I'm gonna actually ask you questions. What do you truly want? You know what I'm saying? What do you see yourself? What are some of the things that you actually? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Stuff like that, just to help you figure it out with you. You know what I'm saying? Because I would want that as well. Like, if I'm lost, I mean, shit. I want to be with somebody that may help me find myself. You know what I'm saying? Because if that person's lost, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm not just gonna leave him, but like, I ain't really messing with you. Like, you ain't trying to do nothing. Nah, that person just may be lost in what they truly want to do. So it's all about, I mean, you can, you can be happy through the process.
Yeah, no, 100%. But it's also about communication, because I found out a lot of men, you could be lost, but you don't communicate that. We can't help you don't communicate that. We're not mind readers at the end of the day. So you got to make sure you're communicating that. And it's just like, if you're not good with communicating, try. Like, don't try to say, oh, I'm going through some things. Like, okay, if you're going through some things, you do not have to go through them by yourself. I'm just significant other. I'm supposed to be your backbone. You're supposed to be mine. You're supposed to be my rock. Vice versa. Like, you gonna hold it down, or you gonna like let it sink? Like, so. And
you gotta at least try to talk about it, and that's the thing. Like with anything, if you don't at least try, you're gonna be bad at it regardless. Like me personally, my communication skills, I had to learn. Like, I'm still working on it. Like, shit, I'll tell her, like, look, I'm still working on this. I'm just like, my words get jumbled up. I'll be upset and I'm like, fuck, I made it worse.
At least you're trying.
So like, damn.
At least you're trying, because I know, like, I've been in a situation where, like, they'll try to like see what they send, man, and then like type up a whole paragraph. And I'm like, I
swear, you be trying to say exactly what, man. Then you fuck it all up. Then they be like, what the fuck are you trying to say? And I'm like, damn.
But never text anything, because text could be miscommunicated.
Yeah.
And if you respect that person enough, you better call them or pull up on them, because we're too grown to be on some text situation, because it can be misinterpreted. Like, I have some messages where it get misinterpreted. I'm like, bro, what's up? Like, we about to figure this out.
Right.
Vice versa. This goes for friends, family, and everyone else, because I don't play with that communication.
Thanks. But yeah. Damn, yeah, that's it. Like, for real. We really giving y'all some game, man. It's just, but this is our perspective too. This is our, and y'all can get it how y'all live, but just hearing it from, you know, us, and maybe go seek some other information too. We just got 2 more questions left. We got another one that says, how to stay positive in negative situation. It really depends on what it is. I give y'all example with me, like, I mean, the past 6 months, it was up and down. It's a roller coaster. Life is a roller coaster. But I say personally, like, you know, I was in a negative state of mind for a while, man. And just how to stay positive is really just truly figuring out what you like to do, figuring out what you love about you. And I had to really sit down and write. And I do this, and I had to do this over and over, because like I may feel like I love this about me one day, but then I don't. Or it's like, okay, who is Stormy really? Like, who, like figuring out who I am. So it'd be a point where I feel like I'm a certain person that I'm really not, and it was a facade. And it's like, I love that thing about that Stormy, but the real Stormy, this is what I truly love about this person. So it's like, you gotta really stay positive and really start putting that positive mindset within you, and start listening to positive things, because the devil's gonna come at you every single day. He's gonna send you negative things. He's gonna send you something to make you feel terrible. He's gonna send you arguments. He's gonna send you, you know, lack of communication. He's gonna send you some type of heartache or something like that. But it's like, you got to understand that if you truly want what you truly want, you're gonna fight through it. And I've been in those situations, relationship wise, business wise, family wise, anything of that nature. Yes, take a break, think on it, don't dwell on it, but take the time to really evaluate before you really do anything stupid or say anything stupid. Evaluate, because you got to be positive when you bring things about. And that's just the mindset to take time to understand what is actually going on. So like, why did this happen? Okay, how can I fix it? Okay, cool. Now how can I address it? Boom. Now what's the steps to actually becoming a better, or doing better, or changing the negative outcome? So that's my take on that, man. Is like finding you, understanding you, what you love, and really evaluating some things. Sometimes you got to listen to something negative may come your way. Listen to it. You may be doing some bad thing, like somebody gave you a negative feedback. It's okay. Listen to it. Evaluate it. If you agree or disagree, think on it and then fix it. If you don't agree with what they said, then whatever it is, keep going.
So my take on it, how to stay positive in a negative situation. So if you guys actually live by yourself, like, you're gonna learn so much about yourself that you're just like, wow, a lot of stuff is gonna come to your head. You're gonna overthink a lot, but at the end of the day, it's just like you're learning so much more about yourself. So me personally, I always make a joke with a negative situation. Like, I will say that my car actually broke down during work, and it was like my first day. I remember this, and I was just like, yo, I'm like calling my sleeper. I'm like, yo, she left me for a roadkill. So I will make a joke out of it, because at the end of the day, it could have been worse. Like, you're still here, you're still breathing. You know, at the end of the day, that's how you got to look at it too. And I've been in a situation where it's like friends, family, relationships, the whole 9 yards, school, to where it's just like I was my lowest. But at the end of the day, you got to know how to pick yourself back up, because at the end of the day, you got you for the most part. And sometimes, like, your friends could be going through some things too. Like, they could be your strongest friends, but they could be going through some things that's just like, you got to check up on your strongest friends as well. Because at the end of the day, you really got to think about it. Those negative thoughts are always going to creep in with you. Sometimes you got to ask yourself, like, you know what lesson is this teaching me? Sometimes you got to think in perspective, like, okay, it could be a blessing in disguise, to where it's just like, I'm glad the situation happened, because it shapes me for who I am today, how I'm going to be as a person, and how to handle situations if it was to come around again too. So, and being negative isn't going to do anything for you. So what you listen to, what you look at every single day, social media can be very, very negative if you make it negative. Who you follow is very, very important too, because at the end of the day, some people be so depressed. I'm like, girl, are you okay? But don't take social media to heart either, because social media is all of us say to me. Like, you see people living, but are they really living, or are they really struggling in real life? So you gotta live for yourself. Don't try to like, oh, you know what? Like, let's say Stormy, like, he's over here. I'm like, dang, Stormy, you making hella bank. And I'm like, I need to get like you at your age. So how I look at it is, be the person you wish you had, and that's how you want to roll with. Like, if you never had anyone there for you, be that person. Vice versa. Keep it going, and it just goes back in the full circle. So other people have it worse too. So it's just like, think about it this way: as long as you have a roof over your head, clothes on your back, like running water and food on the table, what more could go worse than that? Like, you have everything. You need to have the basic needs. And some people forget sometimes that, okay, well, I'm not happy because I don't have X, Y, Z, or whatever. But in that same token, your whole mindset, like what you think and how you feel, like it all starts with you. How you start your day. Like, your house is even a reflection of like your life. So if your room's all messy, clean it up. Let's start with that. Making your bed, like doing simple things like that. Learning yourself, seeing what you do and don't like, and you're like, you know what? If you don't like that part about yourself, fix it. Be a better person. So if I don't like, okay, wow, like I overthink a lot. Okay, well, what can I do like to go fix that? What can I do as a person to grow and develop? So it's all about personal development. And I would definitely say, like, write down your thoughts, because sometimes I'm like, write down your blessings. Like, what are you grateful for every single day? Because people take the simplest thing of life for granted too.
I agree. And I say one thing that Nancy said was like, looking at other people's lives on Instagram is comparing and contrasting yourself to the next person. You got to realize that just because somebody got a blessing before you, or they got this really big blessing before you, don't mean that ain't one coming for you. Or, you know, with anything, like, don't look at your situation like if anything's going on in your life and it's going bad or anything of that nature, and you look at somebody on Instagram and everything could be so good, you don't know what that person is going through. They may be going through something worse than you, but now, you know, with what you got going on, you feel like it's worse than what they got going on because they have a Louis Vuitton purse, or, you know, they rocking some Balenciagas, or they driving a Rolls Royce, or they got a Rolex. Man, that doesn't matter. People still go through things. It just makes, you just gotta understand, maybe it's just not your time yet. So it's not a negative situation. It's just a lesson at the end of the day that God is trying to, you know, get you to master. So you can get to your next level. Because every level is a new devil, and you got to understand that it's going to be different challenges. That's what I had to really understand, that in life there's going to be more challenges. Don't get complacent, don't get content, because the next step in your life is going to be a harder step. You never know what can happen. You could fall down those steps. You may look at it as a negative, but guess what? It's a lesson at the end of the day. So right now I'm going through another step in life that I gotta, you know, take control, and I have to fight these different devils. And I know that after that, it's gonna be another level with more devils. So it doesn't matter. You gotta keep progressing through it. And that's how you stay positive through the whole process. But you're gonna read the next question. Can you read that?
So you could try. Should you reach out to an old friend or ex to check up on them? Oof. Okay. Do you want to start this, or? I mean.
Paper, rock, scissors. Okay.
Okay, so I guess I'm going. But for old friends, it depends. Like, again, so there are some friends that you kind of fell off with because of proximity. You guys are all like, again, we're all adults here, so we're all living our life. Like, I don't talk to Stormy every single day, but I know when I talk to him, I know, like, okay, we're gonna like catch up on everything too. So it depends on situation like that. Okay, and then as for exes, if you guys were friends before you guys dated, and then how you guys ended it really depends on how you should check up on them or not. So, I've actually dated someone that was like a friend before we even dated. Like, this was like 5-6 years ago, and I will say this though, like, do we check up on each other? Absolutely, just here and there. Only if they give it up. That's funny. But anyways, no, so we just check up on each other and be like, hey, you know, I just want to make sure you're doing okay, XYZ kind of thing too. Like, we follow each other on social media, close friends, or like, you know, Snapchat, whatever. But in that same token, like, for your friends wise, like, as you get older, you're gonna realize that there's different types of friends too. Friends you hang out with, friends that you actually talk about personal stuff with, and friends that are basically going to be your village for your kids. So I check up on all of my friends too, as much as I can, simply because it's just like those are just bonds, those are connections, and those are people that are like very, very dear to me too. But if it's just like someone that I'm really, cool, whatever, I'm just like, okay, well, you know what? Wish you the best. You can still love someone from afar and wish them the best. So I would definitely say that. And if it's like, it depends on the ex, like how you guys ended. Because some of them were just toxic. Then you gotta just like let that dude go, let shorty go. Don't try to like open up old wounds again. If it's your old friend, it's still a friend. It's not like it's like an ex-friend. So I'll tell them too, like, if I have some things out and then I don't consider that person as a friend anymore, I'm like, you know what, I wish you the best of luck in life. And, like, whatever. I'm just going to love you from afar. Because sometimes it's not even worth it. Some friends aren't really your friends, too. They're really, like, they're really a fan and a hater on the low. So you got to see who's really there for you and who's really going to stay down for you. Because at the end of the day, if you were at your worst, are they going to help pick you up? So it's all about that kind of stuff too, like keeping your energy. Your energy is very, very sacred. So it's a privilege if you're around my space, my time, anything like that in that nature. So.
And my point is with reaching back out to an old friend or ex just to check on them. I mean, I'm gonna give two perspectives. I'll say, okay, cool. So with just reaching out to an old friend, that's fine. If you guys didn't have a fallout or anything, even if y'all did have a fallout and you just if you have it on your heart to check on them, just see what's going on. Not to be nosy. Don't just get into a shit, just be nosy. But just check on them and just be genuine. Like, okay, like, how you doing? I just want to check in, see how everything's going on. And I just want to make sure you was okay. I thought about you and just be genuine with it. So like check on an old friend, do it. Me personally, like I don't gotta talk to my friends every single day. I got different group chats. We may chat twice a week, 3 times a week. It is what it is. It's just a check-in, tap in. Y'all good. I have different groups of friends, groups for, mindset and really understanding lifestyle and business opportunities, stuff like that. Then I got a chat with the boys that just be shooting the stuff. You know what I'm saying? And chat with my frat brothers. We be talking back and forth, frat stuff or, just shooting stuff or business opportunity, just different thing and really just asking each other questions. And then you just got some of those that just, they just fall to the wayside. It is what it is. The conversation don't really be going nowhere and that's fine. But at the same time, you still love them. You still check on them. You still make sure they straight. But you ain't got to talk to him every single day. I got a best friend that I really I haven't talked to in months. He's living his life. He has him and his girl. Me personally, I got me and mine. It is what it is. When we talk, we chop it up. It's like nothing changed. And I feel like that's different with men. And the ex situation, man, it's all about respect at the end of the day. If you actually dealing with somebody and you reaching out to your ex to check on them, that's disrespectful, period. Point blank. You don't do that. You don't do that. If you dealing with somebody, you in a relationship, you don't just tap back in and check on your ex and, oh, I hope everything's going okay. Like, nah. Like, and if that's a person, if an ex is a person that, you truly was best friends growing up and you still have some type of communication, something like that, you got to have that communication with your significant other and let them know, look, this is just a friend, is what it is, and if they don't like it, you need to address it and you let them know, look, we can no longer, deal like this way because I want to respect my mans or I want to respect my lady or whatever it is, because it's all about respect at the end of the day. Now, if you ain't dealing with nobody, I mean, that's fine. But understand that on the other end, they may be dealing with somebody, they may be having to do the same thing that you would have to do. Is, look, I appreciate you checking in on me, but we can't do this. We can't. It is what it is. And that's why, like I say now, like you gotta respect people, the other person on the other end, but also respect if you're dealing with somebody too on your end. Respect yourself too. Don't bring up those old things. You can check on them, leave it at that. a lot of people, now I say, you just never know what you're gonna get. Some people may be checking in on you to see if they can dive back in. I've been that person. You good? How you been? We should catch up. Let's go get lunch. Da 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 woo woo. Next thing you know, I'm in your bed. But you know, that's pointless though. That's a waste of my time. That's a waste of your time, or that's a waste of y'all time and a waste of their time. Don't do that. So with that being said, I mean, it's totally up to you. It's just depending on the situation. So I can't give, a straightforward answer, but that's my answer. Respect. If you're dealing with somebody, respect your significant other, respect them as well. And check on your old friends, man. You just never know what's going on with them. Just let them know that you thought about them. That's it, man. That's really all I say, because I check on my people, because sometimes I'm not okay. So if I get a random text, are you good, bro? I really appreciated that. I did. I really needed that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. That's really it. You got a question that you want to add in, or what's up?
I mean,
that you want me to answer?
Let's see. I mean,
something on your heart.
I mean, I think we're good, because at the end of the day, it's just being open, honest, and like respect too. Like I said, respect goes such a long way. Relationship, friendship, and everything. So, I would definitely say make sure you see yourself and like value yourself enough so you don't have to like put yourself in any kind of predicament. Because again, those predicaments could get you in a lot of trouble. So save yourself, save your time, save your energy, and be careful who you're dealing with. So
facts. So I mean, with that being said, we knocked out a Q&A this month. Make sure y'all get some questions if y'all want to come back. Ask some questions on the YouTube, on our Instagram, on the Anchor. This episode I just got the Apple Podcast up, so it's going to be on Apple Podcast too. But yeah, so give us y'all feedback, man, if y'all like what we're doing here on the Q&As. And whatever question that you guys want, man, anything that y'all want me to really elaborate on, if I don't have the expertise, I will go figure it out. Or I get somebody that has it, so I can give you guys, the actual knowledge that you truly need, right? I feel like this one was just, just random questions about relationships and stuff like that. So it is what it is. But yeah, so y'all already know what this podcast is for. Is really, these words are to free your mind, your body, and your soul, spiritually, mentally, physically, and financially, man. Jill and family, I love y'all. Nancy, thank you for hopping on here, answering some questions with us. You know what I mean? Giving a woman's perspective, because sometimes I'll be needing it too. I ain't got all the answers. I ain't got the answers, Sway. I ain't got the answers. All right. Love y'all, man. Y'all have a good day. Like, share, subscribe. Go tell somebody and let them know what we got going on here, man. They may need them words just like you did, man. I love y'all, and we out.
Say you love me now. Been betrayed so many times, I feel like Lord don't let me down. I mean